Jupiter Ascending. Where on earth do I begin with this film? It was like watching a cross between Star Wars, The Matrix, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, and just a little bit of Dune as well, if you can believe. This film suffers from bad acting, horrible acting, in fact, terrible storytelling, lazy dialogue. I think for me personally, the only one ray of sunshine in this film is Sean Bean. Sean Bean was pretty good. In fact, Sean Bean was just being Sean Bean, as we know and love him. You know, I think Sean Bean was the only thing I will find memorable about this film. Actually, that's not entirely true. There's something else I will find memorable, but not in a good way, I have to say. When I mentioned bad acting, there is some terrible acting in this film. Eddie Redmayne, for example. Now, Eddie Redmayne is a great actor. He's a fantastic actor. So I don't know if this performance he gave was actually his fault, or if the Wachowskis told him to act like this. I'm not sure. Because Eddie Redmayne is a great actor, but in this, his character it was just not done very well at all. His character, well, he sounds like this. He sounds like he really does need to take a deep breath, or at least catch his breath, because he just sounds so wheezy. And then he suddenly starts shouting like this. So needless to say, his character was humorous. Because I don't know if we were supposed to actually fear him or not, if he was supposed to be taken seriously, because I kind of found him funny. So I don't know. I don't know if that was the intention or not, because no one can take this guy seriously. No one can take this villain seriously at all. He's no Emperor Palpatine, should we say. Mila Kunis. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Mila Kunis. I don't really watch any of her films. In fact, I'm pretty sure this is the first film I've ever seen her in. So, I'm just going to say, from this film alone, she is awful. She can't act. At all. Or at least, if she can act, she wasn't trying at all. Because she was sleepwalking through this entire film. She may as well not even be there, because she just looked so bored the entire time. You could tell she did not really want to be there. You can tell she didn't really care. Now, bear in mind, Jupiter Ascending is centered around her character. And if she doesn't care about the performance she's given, what chance does the film have? None whatsoever. Channing Tatum was okay, to be fair. You know, he did a decent job. You know, he wasn't particularly fantastic or anything like that, but you can tell he was making an effort, so, you know, I give him points for that. Everyone else in this, this and that. This is the thing. There was just so much stuff going on in this film. It was like the Wachowskis thought, okay, there's no guarantee we're going to get a sequel, so let's just cram as much stuff into this film as possible. And it just did not work. From all the world building they were trying to do, it just completely fell apart. Now, don't get me wrong, the designs in this film are fantastic. There are some really impressive designs in this. But the problem is that it just... Well, essentially what it is, they just couldn't decide what they wanted to do, or what theme they wanted to go for. There's a scene where we're seeing this massive space habitat, full of spaceships, machinery, robots, all sorts of stuff, all sorts of sci-fi stuff going on. And then a couple of scenes later, we're in this Hogwarts type room with which looks like a Hogwarts goblin, and he's preparing paperwork for Mila Kunis' character. And I'm just sort of thinking, what the heck is going on? Like, is this the same film? It's like, what's happening here? Like I said, when some of the designs are good, they are. Some of them are pretty good. There are these lizard-type aliens, these lizard half-dragon type aliens, which sort of serve as like henchmen for one of the villains. The designs in them are pretty good, so I give them props for that. But the problem is that there was just... This film lacked certain character. It really did. And there's a lot of lazy writing in this. There's so much lazy writing. It was almost like this film was originally twice the length that it is now, but they cut it down so hastily to try and fit it in to a certain time gap. For example, there's a scene where Mila Kunis is surrounded by bees. And they're not stinging her, they're just sort of surrounded her. It's almost like a shield. And then Sean Bean goes, "Oh, Your Majesty!" Well, you just assume she's royalty because bees aren't stinging her. Granted, it's weird that they're just flying around her and not stinging her, but you just assume she's royalty. Oh, well, you see, queen bees are like goddesses to bees. They do not attack the queen, they protect the queen. So therefore, she must be royalty because bees don't attack queen bees, and since they're not attacking Mila Kunis must be a queen. Are you with me so far? It was almost, I don't know, this was literally a case of being told she's a queen. We're not really shown, it's not really explained that well. We're just sort of told that Mila Kunis is royalty and she's queen of the earth. Yeah, the plot on this film is atrocious, quite frankly. Minor spoilers, but she's supposed to be queen of the earth, and there are these three siblings who want to either use her, manipulate her, or kill her to suit their own ends, so they can get the earth. This film could have been really good if it had just a little bit, if it had like a bit of different direction, if they didn't have Mila Kunis in this film as well. This film could have been pretty decent, but it just fell completely on its face. Would I recommend seeing this film? No. No, not really. Well, okay, the best thing I could really say for this film is rent it. Because, rent it when it comes out on DVD, well, let's say, rent it when it comes out on DVD, because there are some decent visuals in this, but I wouldn't recommend going pay see it in the cinemas. Because honestly, from the amount of money you're paying to go see this, it's not worth your money. Not worth your money at all. In fact, don't even bother renting this film. Borrow the DVD from a friend. Don't pay any money towards this film whatsoever. It does not deserve your cash. It really doesn't. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.